Welcome in to the Echo Sportscast number 86.
I'm Ben Sargent.
And I'm Jackson Bull. Baseball is back in the NDA. We have highlights from Algonquin's season-opening walk-off win over the Trojans on Monday afternoon.
Scholar hosted the Barons in boys senior soccer. We have highlights as we get set for playoffs next week and a quick update on how the tournament last weekend went for the girls.
And the Special Olympics track meet took place Thursday morning at Cundari Field. It was an awesome day, and we have interviews and footage from the event.
All of that and more on the way, but first a word from today's lead sponsor, Battery. The snowmobile is parked. The ice is melted. And suddenly, all those batteries you ignored all winter are no longer working. The boat just won't start. The ATV's not cooperating. Even the golf carts decided it's taking the season off. That's where Battery North Bay comes in. Boats, ATVs, motorcycles, e-bikes, solar systems, cordless tools, even the kids' Power Wheels. If it runs on a battery, chances are we've got it in stock and ready to go. We're locally owned, proudly serving Northern Ontario, and we ship Canada-wide. Stop by 1315 Main Street West or call 705-478-5400. Battery North Bay, powered up for every season.
This week's show starts off with baseball. The 2026 season got started Monday afternoon as Algonquin and West Ferris played at Veterans Field. It was West Ferris with the lead heading into the final inning, and the Barons put on the pressure, drawing a couple of walks and a double. The Barons would go on to walk off with this pass ball to win 8-7.
And it was a good start to the season. I think it was a nice day out on Monday. There were games that were happening all through the week, but that was the one I was able to get out to earlier. I think Franco and Mattawa were playing right after. I believe it was. Mattawa were in the black, Franco in their kind of brighter orange, which was I didn't stay for that. I wasn't able to stay for that game, but I was there for the kind of tail end of the Trojans one. And yeah, it was a tough inning for West Ferris. It started off with a walk. There was a double, another walk, some pass balls. So pitching was not on their side in that final inning. It's tough. You know how it is in baseball. At that last inning, it's a closer spot.
Oh yeah, interesting to see the defending champs drop the first game of the season. But yeah, you're right. NDA ball, start of the season. I imagine wild pitches, pass walks was a storyline for that game.
Yeah, and you have to get kind of into it. I know King Mong went on the mound. Of course, he was a major part of their win last year, and he took over in that last half inning, and he was unfortunately the pitcher who was on the mound when he threw it, and even he looked just a little off. You know, it's just those preseason jitters. Some of these guys who haven't thrown, they're throwing for the first time this season. So maybe I don't know if they do stuff over the break, probably in the dome. I'm sure part of some of the Panthers people in baseball probably have some sort of conditioning program, I would imagine. But yeah, and it's always a little nerve-wracking when you come out for the first time, and unfortunately the Trojans let it slip away, but good for Algonquin. And we said this last week, it's kind of anybody's game, really, and that's the exciting thing about NDA baseball. Yeah,
I do think that some of those out-of-town teams or smaller school teams like Algonquin or like Franco have a real shot at it, especially if Algonquin's going to stick it to the defending champs immediately on a cold, windy day.
And I know there are a couple of games that are taking place out in Sturgeon this year as well. So most of the games are veterans. Sturgeon always has a nice, I don't know if it's changed. I haven't played there since high school, but they had a nice field out there.
I know they're redoing something, just thinking about the softball world, but I imagine they do have a really nice baseball field, if I can picture it correctly.
I just remember if it's the one, I think it was right near the A&W.
Yeah.
When you first go in.
There's two of them there. One of them is the all grass, and one of them's yeah.
I'm sure it's changed in 15 years. But other than that, I'm still waiting on the schedule to see exactly what's happening. I also haven't been able to see scores either, unfortunately. So if anybody has scores or additional results that you want to send to me, of course, you can fire them our way. You can leave a comment below, send it through our socials at North Bay Echo or to my email, ben@northbayecho.ca. And yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting end to the baseball season this year. And I'm really looking forward to, and I know playoffs are a little bit later because I know we'll get into soccer a little bit later. Soccer playoffs are next week, so it's very tight. But baseball, like the baseball final last year, I don't think it was until middle of June. I want to say I was looking last year when I was looking at who won, and it was June 13th was the Sportscast that had the winner. So it's a bit of a longer season compared to soccer.
Yeah, 100%. I remember my grade 13 year, we had the end of year athletic banquet before the season was done because we still had to go and play the final the next day or then like the Thursday or something.
Yeah, and there's no NASA or offs or anything for baseball. I'm curious if that's something, because it's a healthy league. Again, there's 5 teams, I believe, across it. So it's one of the healthier NDA leagues. And I'm surprised that there's not an NDA or not an NASA for it.
I believe that we just start too late and the combination of we get absolutely hammered by the Sudbury schools.
You think so?
I think so.
In baseball?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure St. Charles, because they have the Voyagers program up there, and that, in like, especially as of recent history, has been stronger than the Panthers one. And so I think we just start a little late and they will represent NASA stronger.
It's funny how each different parts of the North have different things that they're really good at. So you'll have North Bay has badminton. That's like that's their thing. The Sioux has like football, and then hockey's kind of a crapshoot, and then like Sudbury's just kind of always there. So it is funny how each major city has its own sport that it kind of normally dominates at a NASA level.
Yeah, right? I'm trying to think of somebody else who has like a good one. Like Chippewa has curling. But you're right. Like each school sort of has something that they're known for, and it is more than just the NDA level. It even goes further to NASA and OFSA.
Speaking of, well, this has nothing to do with NASA and OFSA, so that is absolutely not a good transition. But, kind of. Speaking of track and field, we're not speaking of track and field, but now we are.
We are.
So, track and field was a very special track and field happened. Actually, yesterday. We're recording this on Thursday, so it was actually this morning that I went out and was there because of the rain on Wednesday, and that was the Special Olympics track and field for the NDA. That I believe there was 5 schools that were participating. It was Algonquin who was organizing it, but it was being held at Schollard at Cundari Field, which is really nice because they have all the facilities that they need right there. It's central, so you don't have to worry about. It's not like you have to go to Ferris on the one end of town or wherever. You're pretty central to everywhere, and there was a lot of people out there, and it was a grand time. It was a lot of fun.
I'm so glad they got a better day for it than yesterday. I was looking, and it was like 40% chance of rain and cloudy, and then it really cleared up this afternoon, and I was I was up at work, and I was excited for them.
Yeah, when I was there just after the opening ceremonies. I was there for the first couple of events. I think I saw the 100 meter and the shot put. So I was there for the first about 45 minutes or so, and it was nice because it wasn't super hot out. It was overcast, but it wasn't raining. They had a little bit of hiccups when they were trying to figure out who was supposed to be where for the 100 meter, but it's just super fun. And what I was saying to you off air is it's nice because there's no ego and they're just there to have fun, and everybody's just having a blast, which is just awesome. And you see, like, even doing the shot put, Ryan Dabian was like helping out with the shot put, and he was like teaching them how to like actually do it, and everybody's just in a good mood, which was really neat.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. And I did get a chance to talk with Dan Tessier, who was one of the people from Algonquin who was helping put it on. Matt Sneddon was also there. He was one of the main people who was organizing it. And I get a chance to talk to him. I had a chance to talk to Murph Shantz, who is the North Bay from the North Bay Police Service, who's part of their community engagement section. He also talked a little bit about the Winter Special Olympics that we're holding here in North Bay in January, which was pretty cool. So let's throw it over to the interviews that I had with Dan and Merv. All right, I'm here with Dan Tessier, who is from Algonquin, from the Barons, and of course, you guys have put on this amazing Special Olympics track and field meet here that you're hosting at Schollard at Cundari Field. First of all, just tell us a little bit about what this event is all about.
It's just about all the kids participating and having a good time, shared community. We're up to 5 schools this year. Last year we were 4, and the year before there was only 3 schools really competing. So our athletes are growing in numbers. We're just having a great time.
A little bit of growing pains here as you try to figure out who's on the starting line here as we're on a bit of a break. But you were telling me off camera a little bit about how this has evolved in the last couple of years. If you want to just tell us a little bit about that.
So we were around school, Matt Sneddon and myself, and we saw that a lot of our students weren't competing or participating in a lot of sports. So we started asking kids what they wanted to do. We started with bocce and only 2 athletes. And then we moved up to floorball. We had 10 athletes. And the season ended. So Matt organized all the logistics, and we hosted a track and field event. We got 4 schools out, 100 athletes competing, and it just grew from there.
So what is it, obviously with the NDA, they've been putting on a lot of the Special Olympic events, right? Like across all these kind of sports. What does it mean as you're somebody who gets to talk to these students all the time? Why is this so important that the NDA does this and that these kids get the opportunity to have these kind of days?
Well, they're inclusive in our school communities, and as you can see with 5 schools out today, everybody just wants to be part of something. And the more our athletes compete together, a lot of schools, all schools run a unified program where regular athletes and our Special Olympians compete together, build teamwork, and that's really, in the end, is just building community.
Favorite event from today? I know we're about to run the 100-meter, I think it's the 100-meter dash here. What's going to be the one that you're looking forward to this afternoon, or this morning, I should say?
Well, the 100-meter is always fun. But when we pull out the javelins for our javelin throw, with this wind, that'll be really interesting. And the kids just want to compete against each other, so they want to throw it a little bit farther than their friend. So that's the part that I enjoy, is the javelin.
Well, congratulations on today, and good luck trying to organize everything today.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. So I'm here with Merv Shantz, the Community Engagement Officer with the North Bay Police Service. You've, of course, been on Echo Essentials a couple of times talking about all the different things that the police do here in the community. And one of the things that you're here today is just kind of doing the community engagement here at the NDA Special Olympics track meet. What is it like for you guys, for the police service and for yourself, to be out here on a day like today?
Well, it's very important for us as a police service to show our support for Special Olympics. Law enforcement and Special Olympics have had a long-standing relationship since the early 80s, actually. And in Ontario, law enforcement is a world leader in their support, not only through fundraising, but their actual engagement with the athletes in Special Olympics.
And we were talking a little bit off air about the special, I believe the Paralympics or the Special Olympics that are happening in January. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so it's the Special Olympics Ontario Provincial Winter Games, and we're going to host it here in North Bay. The North Bay Police Service will be the host for that event, and that will run January 28th to January 30th of 2027.
Wow. So why is that so important for North Bay to be able to host that, and for those athletes to get an opportunity here in the city?
Well, it's a big event. Provincial games come around, the Winter Games will come around every 4 years, and athletes from across Ontario will qualify for these events. And I'm told that the Provincial Games is actually the best competition for these athletes. There's so many athletes in Ontario that are vying for a few spots to represent their communities at these games. So we're looking forward to it. There'll be around 350 to 450 athletes and coaches coming to North Bay, and of course all their family members. So it's a big event for North Bay as well. Tourism in North Bay will see an increase in people as they come through to watch the games.
It's so these events, you get the chance to talk to many people as being in the community and engaging with people. One of the things with these events, with allowing people to, especially people in the Special Olympics, a chance to have these kind of normal track and field meets. What does that mean for some of these kids in your experience from your engagement with the community?
Well, it's life-changing for the athletes. There was a day when these folks were not engaged engaged in the community, and they were kind of shunned, and that's not where we're at today. We're so happy through Special Olympics that these athletes can feel like they're part of the community. They have something to offer. Many of these athletes, because of their experience in Special Olympics, go on and have jobs and are really contributing to the community. And we want to be inclusive, and we want to show that they do matter, and this is a great way of doing it. Now there's lots of engagement, and they're seen as heroes, instead of the way it used to be.
It looks like they're getting ready to run the 100 meters, so I'll let you go. Thank you so much for chatting.
No problem. It's been great. Thank you.
At Agnico Eagle, we are committed to being a trusted community partner, focusing our efforts on building a local economy that lasts for generations. Our careers offer the flexibility and ample downtime needed to find lifelong balance. We strive to be a good neighbor, investing in our people and their future, not just because we operate here, but because this is home. We make mining work.
It's almost that time of year. Early mornings at the rink, fresh notebooks and backpacks, and a community gearing up for another great season of varsity sports. At Source for Sports North Bay, we're proud to be part of it all. Whether it's finding your kid's first pair of skates, gearing up for tryouts, or outfitting your team for the season ahead, we've got you covered. Because here, we're not just a sports store, we're neighbors, coaches, teammates, and fans. And we're proud to cheer you on every shift, step, and stride of the way. Visit Source for Sports North Bay at 1321 Fisher Street and let us help you along your way.
I love Dan. He's one of my favorite people. His son's one of my favorite people. And he was the one who let me know about the Special Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that we could represent it. And sounds like we're going to re-represent in January.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll be there. I'll be there.
Will you?
Yep. I'll go.
So Merv was talking about how it is, well, you haven't heard the interview. People at home have heard the interview, but he was talking about how it's people from all over the province that come in. It's a big deal. Like it's much like the Olympics. Well, it's the Winter Olympics, but it's every 4 years. It's just a big deal. It's a big deal for tourism. It's a big deal for North Bay. And I think it's a big inspiration for a lot of people as well who get a chance to be on that kind of stage. Right?
Absolutely. It's sort of like an OFSA, I guess, just thinking about it, but a little different and honestly probably a little bigger. Like probably has more of an impact on the community and hosting it, and you draw from further out and more people. And so I'm looking forward to it.
Something else that we were looking. This is I can't do transitions today.
We're going to Kiki.
We're going to stay at Scholar for a second because I was at Scholar on Tuesday night, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday night. It was Tuesday night. It has been a very long week. Tuesday night, because in senior boys action, Scholar took on Algonquin at Cundari Field. I was there for most of the first half, and I did not see a goal. So, unfortunately, no goal highlights. However, both teams were pretty even. Algonquin, a couple more chances on net. They looked a little bit stronger while I was there, but I was not able to get the final score. I didn't see it posted anywhere since I had to leave a little bit earlier than I was hoping to. So if you do know the score, please leave a comment. And that's probably the most unfortunate thing about soccer is it's hard to, unless you get there right at the end. The nice thing about Scholar, though, is they do have the scoreboard. But when you go to Omichelle, they don't use the scoreboard.
No, and then you have to awkwardly ask somebody, and you hope it's not the team that's losing's mom, and it's terrible.
Yeah, it's a little tough, but again, and it's been a little bit rough just because the NDA website wasn't updated with the spring sports. So thankfully for basketball and volleyball, we were able to have like the kind of running scores. It was a lot easier to keep up. It's been a little bit harder trying to get because it's such a quick turnaround to get some of the soccer scores and baseball scores. So if you do know any scores, you can just send them our way. We would love to be able to report them. And if you do know the score of the Algonquin Scholar final, you can leave it in the comments. And there were a couple of other things that happened as well from the girls' side. I didn't get any footage, but we do have a couple of updates. I know Algonquin and Franco drew 2-2, and Chippewa, they ended up securing first place for the playoffs starting next week as well.
Sticking with the girls, the Nipissing Invitational Tournament happened last Thursday, Friday. We have updates from West Ferris and Chippewa. Starting with West Ferris, they defeated Bishop Alexander 4-0 and LaSalle 1-0. Mallory Massey continues her scoring streak, bringing her to 7 on the year. Emily Summerson recorded both clean sheets. On Friday, they fell 2-0 to Superior Heights with a reduced roster. And on the Chippewa side, Chippewa went perfect in pool play, defeating TDSS from New Liskeard 4-0, and Cora from Sault Ste. Marie also 4-0, and then Notre Dame from Sudbury 1-0. This set up a semifinal against Superior Heights from the Sioux. With Chippewa down several players, the game went into overtime and eventually penalty kicks, where Chippewa scored 4 straight goals to earn the victory. Chippewa took on the Cora A team in the championship final and fought hard despite several injuries, but lost 1-0.
And I did see on Facebook also they put the one of the goals that sent them to the finals. Did you see this?
The
on
bar
Facebook?
down one.
The bar down. I actually had to watch
Did
multiple.
that go in?
That's what I said.
Well, I don't know if I was
So I'm
Superior
gonna put it on
Heights.
screen here. And I kind of slowed it down because the ball has to go across unless it's different in the NDA. The ball needs to fully cross the line.
Yep.
It's a little like that is a gutsy penalty kick.
Definitely the angle that is given from sort of behind the net on a 45. It's dicey. You would need the 90 to see if it did or not, but it comes out pretty quickly if it did go in.
We don't have goal line technology.
Nope.
They have it crazy now. Now it like
VAR that. VAR that.
That's not how they do that. No, the goal line technology. It goes to they have their watch. And then when the goal goes in, it automatically buzzes there. It's kind of like ABS.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. But they don't have that. And honestly, I wonder if anybody said anything during that goal. Because if you're the I don't know if you've ever reffed anything, but if you try to ref, there are times where you just go,
that was close.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Well, especially in a position where you have to decide the game here, like, oh dear, I don't envy that referee's position.
Yeah, and again, you can make your own decision on that based on that angle, but it was gutsy, and it you know what, it worked, but that's a debate. It kind of reminds me of the what was it last year with was he safe or out? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
And then Dave had the footage and he slowed it down, and I think it was last year. Was it the finals last year between Chippewa and West Ferris?
Yeah, it would have been. Or 2, yeah. Last year was Chippewa Ferris. 2 years ago, Chippewa Schollard. But yeah.
No, it was definitely Chippewa Ferris. I don't know if it was the finals, but I remember that being a huge thing. And I think we had Dave Sadin at one point and Louis Reese, and I think we were talking about it. And it's just like, it was just slowing it down. And man, you have to make split second. It's not easy.
No, absolutely
and that's baseball umpiring is not easy.
No, and that happens all the time and in a hurry. Like if you're in the wrong position, you can barely guess.
And then you have how many, like 100 other people who are also
making
umpires.
the call for you. Yeah, of course.
One of my favorite things when I was umpiring was you'd be right there and you'd see the ball like up close, and then you have somebody off like way in like the nosebleeds of like wherever they were sitting, being like, that was a strike, and it's like, how could you even tell?
We do that. We do that in softball. We're out in the outfield and we're just calling things left and right. And it's like, we got no idea.
Now, to be fair, because with the softball though, it hits, you can hear the thud of the when it hits like the home plate, which is just a board. It's just a wooden slab of plywood.
Well, we'll be out there and we'll yell dirt first, and we have not a clue what went on over there.
No idea.
We're 300 feet out.
Yeah, but it's just Anyways, I don't envy that referee, but maybe he made the right decision.
Let's hope. I hope.
Yeah, which will be nice. I don't know about playoffs yet. I don't know if they're finalized or if the schedule's out. I haven't seen the schedule. I will try to do my best to try to go out and get some footage. I know the quarterfinals and semifinals happen next week. I want to say they're on Tuesday and Thursday, if I remember correctly. I just don't know exactly the logistics of it. It's a little all over the place between the different fields like Omichelle and Schollard, and then occasionally out in Sturgeon. So I'll see if I can find that. If you do have any information, you can, of course, send it to us. And again, it's people looking to take down Chippewa. Chippewa won both last year, and they've really dominated a lot of the sports this year, like the court sports. And I guess the question is, will they be able to do it again on the soccer field?
If we're talking about predictions,
I love your predictions.
I think that Chippewa girls win it, and the Chippewa boys lose in the finals to Schollard.
Okay. I know Schollard girls were also unbeaten last week. I got that. There was somebody reached out and let me know as well. Like Schollard was also unbeaten. Now, I'm not too sure if Schollard ended up losing at some point between then, or there was a goal difference that put Chippewa to first. I don't have the information for that, but okay, we'll see. I think it'll be Chippewa Schollard final for girls.
For both, probably.
For both, you think so?
Yeah.
Schollard boys do look strong. I mean, I've seen, I guess, their last 2 games. They definitely look strong. We'll see if there's any upsets, but we could have a Chippewa Schollard final for both. So you think Chippewa girls will
win,
and you think Schollard boys will win?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what
I mean. The Schollard boys are looking for some redemption from last year after falling to Chippewa in the semis. So it'll be a big year. If you have any information regarding soccer, baseball, anything else that's happening, track and field, I believe there was a meet that happened. You have like one little piece of information.
Yeah, I just saw on social media that a kid from Timmins from Terrio won the 800 meter. That's literally all I heard about it.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of photos of the track. I haven't seen any actual results. I think the NDA track meet is coming up relatively soon.
I think it would have to be, yeah.
If not this coming week. I hope it didn't already pass. But I think it's this upcoming week. But if you have any information regarding track and field, soccer, baseball, if there's anything you're listening to this and you go, that's wrong,
yeah.
Or here's some more context, please send it. We're doing our best to try to get as much information as we can. Unfortunately, there's only so much we can get and we have access to, so don't be afraid to send it along to us. We're never going to say no to information, or if you want us to cover something, we'll do our best to I'll do my best to try to get out there and make it happen. And you can send everything either to our socials underneath North Bay Echo, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, or you can always send it to my email, ben@northbayecho.ca. You can reach out to us through our website, northbayecho.ca as well. There's a contact form you can fill out. So there's a lot of ways that you can get in touch with us. You can don't message Jackson. You
probably
could.
Not. You could.
You could.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. He'll probably won't get it to me.
Probably answer you at 11:30. Like, oh, sure.
That's normally what happens. Take it from me. So, anyways, that pretty much wraps up what we had for Sportscast number 86. It's getting to the end of the year. It's a little, again, even with baseball, even with a bit of a busier week, it's still a little. It's a little late as we head into the end of the season. What are you looking forward to, Jackson, as we head into the final month? Almost 4 weeks of the NDA season.
Yeah, so the NDA season wrap up, the playoff champions for baseball and soccer, and getting to look at sort of the result, and girls slow pitch, pardon me, and then getting to look
that's starting, eh?
Yeah, I don't know when the game or the tournament days are, but they gotta be soon.
Okay, if you have any information, again, send it to Jack. You can send it to me. It's fine.
But I'm looking a little bit towards our men's league. We'll be able to cover next week briefly.
We're not covering men's league. We could.
We could discuss it. We don't have to cover it.
We can discuss it's going to be a slow news week when we're covering men's
But I'm excited for the community events that happen in the summer, like the canoe races and the golf tournaments, and I didn't get a chance to cover that last year, and so I'm hoping to get more involved this year. And
cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Awesome. All right. Well, that wraps things up for us for Sportscast number 86.
I'm Jackson Bowl.
And I'm Ben Sargent. Again, anything you have, please send it along to me through socials or email. And until then, thanks for watching, sharing, subscribing, liking, commenting, anything that we miss, any score updates, anything like that. Don't be afraid to shoot it in the comments below to give other people that information as well. So until next Friday, that'll be us signing off.